a little bit about you getting into the space as well. Fun fact about me and Harrison, we actually had a fight years ago. But you know, like, for you though, what you've done is pretty fucking sick. Like, I know people say to me, like, my story, like, is like fairly unheard of to go from a bricklayer to a few months later doing what I've done. But you, like, you're still working a job, you're working 3 different offers, you've matched your wage at your job and still working that. Like, that's unheard of. Imagine what you can do if you leave that job. As soon as you leave a job, as soon as you stop working a job, you realise how easy it is to make money elsewhere and how much better it is to make money elsewhere.
I've made £500 today in 3 hours.
How long would it take to earn that in your job?
24.
How many hours do you work in to the sales to make 3.5 grand a month? But it's less than 200, isn't it? But instead, like, the game with closing, like, when you actually do get to a good point, it's like, okay, how little hours can I work and how much can I maximise those hours for the most money possible? Top closers don't take more calls than anyone else. They're just better at them, so the skill set's more valued in different places.
I can't continue work night shifts and be a really good closer. Like, I'm not.
Because this goes back to what you said before.
You're just stubborn.
Yeah, this goes back to what you said before when you said I'm making 3k a month from both so that you can add them together. But realistically, what if the only thing stopping you from getting a 10, 20, 30k a month from closing was the fact that you're still working those night shifts, which it most likely is. What we're doing here is we're going to film a video with Harrison Dowds because we told him that we're going to talk about his journey in the space, but what we're really going to do is just interrogate him on why he hasn't left his 9-to-5 job yet. So why haven't you left your job yet, Harrison?
Well, for a start, my 9 to 5 isn't a 9 to 5.
Okay.
It's a 5 till 9.
That's even worse. It's a night shift.
It's 2 12-hour shifts and then 2 12-hour night shifts. And what I'm able to do with that is make £3,500 from my job and then match it with high-ticket sales.
So you only make 3.5k for working 48 hours a week. How many hours do you work in to sales to make 3.5 grand a month? But it's less than 200, isn't it?
The thing is, though, like, I don't have as much conviction in like closing Harrison and leaving his job because he's 4 years into a 5-year apprenticeship. Sometimes people just want to get things done. If you've started something, might as well get it done. I would have conviction in closing him into leaving it because I know once he gets his degree, he's not going to want to work a job again because as soon as you leave a job, as soon as you stop working a job, you realise how easy it is to make money elsewhere and how much better it is to make money elsewhere and not being
I can understand that. Like, I've made £500 today in 3 hours.
How long would it take to earn that in your job?
24.
It's really interesting, that. I mean, logically, does this even make sense? Like, look at where you sat. Do you get this being a fucking Sparky?
Yeah. Well, you can't make money as a Spartan.
Exactly. You can make money here as a high-ticket closer, right? I mean, I'm getting more and more pissed off the more we speak about this. The fact that you've still not left. Like, what I'll say, like, for me, I didn't have to leave a job, but I did just sell my business and go all in. And I think that was the biggest needle move for me. I think it's good if you can work alongside it and do it, but you can't do that for me.
It's an example of people who are worried about having to leave their job and they still want to get into high ticket sales. No, like Harrison's a perfect example of this. Like, I wouldn't recommend people do both and get into high ticket sales while still working a job, but you can do it 100%. Harrison's working a job whilst working on 3 different offers as a closer.
That's going to change though. We're going to drop it down to 2.
Yeah,
2 offers.
Because it's not feasible, because if you want to level up as a closer, just taking any amounts of calls all the time, yes, the volume is going to help you get better as a closer, but sometimes volume's too much. Sometimes you want time to work on your skill set.
Where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Like, too much volume, you just end up taking loads of calls, not actually getting any better and just sort of
coasted.
Yeah.
Coasted, and you're taking that many calls that you guarantee you're going to make some of it. But instead, like, the game with closing, like, when you actually do get to a good point, it's like, okay, how little hours can I work and how much can I maximise those hours for the most money possible? Top closers don't take more calls than anyone else. They're just better at them, so the skill set's more valued in different places.
Yeah, like people talk about volume all the time. Closing's a volume game. It's not. If you believe that to be true, it will be.
At the start, it is when you learn it.
Yeah. Once it gets to a certain point, a lot of the time the volume can be overkill. You're not having time to work on yourself. I know you still obviously go to the gym and stuff like that, but a lot of people would sacrifice stuff like that.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, at the start, I told you, like, I wouldn't train so I would take calls, or I would, like, miss meals because I would be taking calls by the back.
Yeah, fuck that.
I've done that.
You see, sometimes with meals, it happens because you end up, like, objection handling someone for an hour and then you've got another call straight after. But, like, I'll always have my mornings blocked off so I can go to the gym, do the work on myself, meditate, just put myself in the right state where I can take 2 or 3 calls a day and close 2 of the 3, if not all 3, and become better in that way. Now, everyone's got different ways of leveling up, but I know for me, that is the way that I want to be able to level up. That's what I believe is going to be most beneficial for me. That's the way I'm going to do it. But in terms of Harrison, Me and Harrison spoke at the end of January on a call. I mean, we'd spoke a little bit over Christmas and stuff, and you were about getting into the space, but I've heard loads of stuff like that before. I didn't know how true it was, but then I remember your messages and jumped on a call. So
Is that how it happened? Is that how you got into the space? Through Max?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick, that.
do you not know that?
I didn't even clock it, really, to be honest. Pretty sick.
Yeah. He just messaged him, just jumped on a call. And what was your thoughts on that first call we had?
When I went out of a call with Jack, he could have just sent us a human link. Because he's just close of his life. Like, I knew I was doing it. Like, when I bought a laptop after that call straight away, like, I knew I was doing it 100%.
That's good. Say yourself closed or Max closed you.
An element of both, to be honest. Like, I didn't just talk to Max. Like, I talked to other people in the space. I talk to other people who make money in online spaces, not necessarily high ticket.
I didn't close you though. Like,
No, you didn't close this. But I got like your opinion on it. I got other people's opinions on like Jack, different mentors, stuff like that. And like I knew going on to the call, I was gonna unless Jack like pissed us off. Like I knew I was gonna pay him. Do you know what I mean? It was.
So like when you say you spoke to a few other people, or what sparked your interest to go and actually start learning and start actually looking to take action?
So I seen Max do it. Had a call with Max.
Why is that something you'd want to do though? Like just when you think back to that time, not everyone will make the jump and do it. Why you? What was the trigger point?
Night shifts aren't good. They're
still doing it.
They're the single worst thing in my life at the minute.
Why though?
Because they ruin your body, ruin your productivity.
How does that make you feel?
It's not good.
And you said not good, what sort of emotion is behind that?
Exhaustion.
And how do you feel that carries into your closing calls? Genuinely.
Definitely doesn't have a good impact on your closing career.
Great. So what do you feel like the actual action is for you to actually become better at closing?
I can't continue work night shifts and be a really good closer. Like I'm not stupid.
That's
Obvious, because this goes back to what you said before.
You're just stubborn.
Yeah, this goes back to what you said before when you said I'm making 3k a month from both so that you can add them together. But realistically, what if the only thing stopping you from getting a 10, 20, 30k a month from closing was the fact that you're still working those night shifts, which it most likely is.
If I guarantee to
Yeah, but
you,
it's not going to be the single one thing that's stopping us. Like, it's gonna be,
if I said to you right now, right, you leave your job tomorrow, I guarantee you'll make 20 grand next month. Would you leave?
yeah.
Okay, so it's just a belief thing, right? It's a belief if you believe it's going to work, or you believe you're going to do the work. What is it?
Like I know, like I don't question my work ethic. Like I know I'll work harder than most people. Do you know what I mean? Like I've seen that since I've started the space in January. The amount of hours I've put into this matches my job and more. Like I don't doubt the work that I put in, but you also see people who put a lot of work in who don't get anywhere with it. Like I know people who work really, really hard at this and they haven't made any money yet, and they've been more invested than what I have. They've left their job, they've done X, Y, Z, and I got into this to make money. That's why I did it, and I'm in a position now where I make.
They might work harder though, but have they got that belief?
I mean, they must have belief if they've been able to leave their job, take up credit cards to pay mentors, and move to a different country to make things work. Like,
Nah, you say that though, but like belief doesn't come from what you do externally; it comes from internally.
but if you have no belief you're going to be successful, you wouldn't take the actions. You wouldn't sacrifice.
Because what people will do is that they'll hear people like me or they'll hear people like Max or whoever it might be say, "Oh, you just got to believe it," and they'll be like, "All right, so if I just tell myself I believe it and then take the actions like these other people would, then it's fine." It's inauthentic belief, so that doesn't work because you can say it all you want externally, but if internally your subconscious knows that the feeling associated with the words is the polar opposite, it's not belief. Not about the words you say, it's the emotion that's evoked.
So I agree with that because people will just take actions.
He did it, so I'll do it.
Yeah,
That's
like
happening.
and it's got
So how do you then actually know you believe?
You feel it.
You've got to view yourself as above these people. Like people will say it's egotistical or whatever, but I know I'm that guy. I know I'm the person who earns this much. I know I'm the person who has the skill set.
God's favourite, bro. 6'5".
Exactly. And
You should think like that, though.
but like I view myself in that way. It's all about self, the way you view yourself. If you view yourself and compare yourself to people who haven't found success with closing, that's not necessarily going to serve you in that best way.
Do you believe you're better than your average closer who buys a fucking closing mental shit?
Yeah.
Because not everyone will make it work. Like everyone could make it work because they've all got the access to the exact same resources. But what's the difference? It's not a skill set issue, is it? Always a mindset issue. Like we know people in our community who've got the exact access to Jack, to the group calls, to me, Rowan, Max, to all the resources, to all the YouTube, whatever it might be. Some people who may even have more access to Jack, more access than some people have, right? And they're still not making it work. They know exactly what they should be saying. What's holding them back? Limiting beliefs, internal blocks. That's all it is. Subconscious programs that they've been running for years. That's literally the difference. It's not like anyone's got a magic set of words that closes deals and they're hiding it from everyone. It's not the words you say, it's where the words come from.
But you know, like for you though, what you've done is pretty fucking sick. Like I know people say to me, like my story, like is like fairly unheard of to go from a bricklayer to a few months later doing what I've done. But you, like, you're still working a job, you're working 3 different offers, you've matched your wage at your job and still working that. Like, that's unheard of. Imagine what you can do if you leave that job. And it's not just leaving the job, it's not just the way that you feel on the day-to-day, it's the identity. You're the person who no longer works night shifts. You're that guy who works for himself, solely for himself now, and that'll show in your calls.
It's interesting. What are you actually waiting for? Because if normally people like, when they get into the space, they're like, oh, if I can match my income, then I'll leave. And I always just say to them, just leave now, mate. Like,
It's just a degree though, isn't it?
It's degree.
is that what you're waiting for?
Yeah, so I've been there, should have been a 5-year degree apprenticeship. College shut for a year early on, so it ended up turning into a 6-year apprenticeship. So I've finished my 5th year, and I've got just under a year left before I get my degree,
Just under a year.
which is a long time.
It's such a long time, bro. And it's like, how old are you?
22.
I mean, you can do, like, you can wait another year, but I mean, that's just up to you. What are you actually waiting for? You're waiting to see something externally that's going to give you some validation of, oh, I'm Harrison and I've got a degree. Well done. That is good. But is that something you want to fall back on?
No.
Exactly. So, like, what? You're actually just waiting for a sheet that says Harrison's got a degree that you never
And it just goes back to that thing where, like, having something to fall back on. Like,
That's such a gay mindset because
having something to fall back on is gay.
Because if a prospect came in and said, oh, yeah, I want to get into, like, let's say, online sales, but I'm going to do this trading on the side just so I get something to fall back on, what would you say to him? Pick one and fucking do it.
Yeah.
So, like, you've got to be congruent. Congruency is the biggest thing with guys. Be the guy you want your prospects to be. Right now, are you being the guy you want the prospects to be on a call? Someone that takes action and goes all the fuck in on the one thing.
But like, do you know how you say different people close different calls? So you would close calls that I wouldn't, and
Yeah.
close calls that you would.
Sure, I agree with that.
So I had a call the other day with a guy, and he'd already had 2 calls previously. One to get an appointment set, and now spoke to him about how that he told us that he had them calls. Spoke to him about how he went, and both of them calls he got pissed off because both closers just wanted to grill him on the fact that he didn't want to leave his job and he wanted to make money alongside it. I was congruent with that prospect because that is the situation that I have been in and I'm still in now.
So with that one, I wouldn't necessarily say it's the biggest thing to close someone into leaving their job and the call. Although there's a difference between a nice person and a kind person. So in that situation, if you say to him, yeah, fine, like you just do this on the side, that's absolutely fine. Although in order for him to get to the level where he's doing 5-10k a month from appointment setting and then moving on to close and moving on to other things, is him still working his job and you saying that it's fine him still working his job, is that the kindest thing that you can do in order to help him level up? I would disagree. I would say it's not. I wouldn't necessarily say that you have to tell people that they need to leave the job on a closing call. Not at all. If people want to do things on the side to start with, that's fine. It's not all about closing the deal. It's about what we have conviction in and what's actually going to serve them the best.
I always try and close people on leaving the jobs. Always. I just think it's stupid, to be honest. Like,
What, working a job?
yeah. Why would you work for someone else? Take your situation out of it. Someone's working with a different person and building someone else's dream and not building their own. It's cut. Those are a bit different because they've got a dream if you want that plaque on your wall.
I wouldn't say it's fucked. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with people working jobs because, like, at the end of the day, like, if I was running a country, I would have it in the same way. Like, I would put people through school because the world wouldn't work if people weren't going to school, if people weren't getting programmed for the 9-to-5 life, because we wouldn't have doctors, we wouldn't have nurses, we wouldn't have people work these jobs. And people who work as nurses, doctors, they're great people. I massively respect them. If we looked at our way, the way we view the world now, the way we view everything, we obviously wouldn't work jobs, would we? Well, me and Del wouldn't anyway.
So do you think you'll be closers for the next
No.
40 years?
It doesn't matter if closing and the whole info space went now. The skills that we've learned, just go and do anything we want. Literally anything. Doesn't matter. Sales is personal development with a paycheck. The better the guy you become outside of the calls, the better you become in the calls. The better you become outside the calls, the more opportunities you're going to attract outside of sales anyway. So, like, I'm honestly wouldn't even be worried if info died tomorrow.
Nah, neither. Couldn't give a fuck. No, it won't. Info is a very, very fast growing industry. Like, I take sales won't go anywhere anytime soon.
It'll just develop.
Yeah, it'll just change. You've just got to change with the time.
It's changed so much anyway, even since I've been in it. Like, when I first got into it, the club closer strips and stuff, like, looking back at that shit, it's just so bad. Such a bad way of selling. But like, I got closed into it that way because they didn't know anything about it. And I was like, oh, it sounds great. Like, buyers are going to develop more and people are going to have bought things in the past, been burned more, been scammed. So, like, your buyer psychology completely changes. Still going to find people who've never paid for info enough.
100%. But for me, like, it's not necessarily a case I want to stay in info forever. Like, I don't need to talk about what my plans are over the next few years, but I know what they are. I know the reason why. That's all that matters. A little bit about you getting into the space as well. Fun fact about me and Harrison, we actually had a fight years ago. This was when we were both very, well, I was a very different person then.
I was at the same cabin.
Would you say you were very different then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were a bit of a prick then. So, well, that's probably because I was a bit of a prick as well. But we both had big egos, and since then, we both had ego deaths because of one reason or another. Although, we got to the point where, Harrison, would you say that you respected what I was doing and that's why you reached out to us, or?
No, I would say, I would, but because I've had a fight with someone, I would say, like, we had a level of respect there anyway.
Yeah. It was over a girl, like, it wasn't serious, like.
Nah. There's still a level of respect there when you've had a fight with someone, like, you shook hands at the end of it, and
yeah.
I respected you. I knew you weren't, like, I'd never been in, like, online space for making money, so although I'd had a run-in with Max in the past, I knew that he wasn't going to fuck us over, if that makes sense, like.
Is there a video of it?
Nah.
Harrison, been so good if you could put that in.
Nah. There was.
Are you sure?
Nah, because you didn't want anyone recording.
Are you sure there's no video?
Nah, because people from Malta came up to watch it, but you were like, no videos. Or like Joseph was like, no videos. There's not a video, I don't think.
That would have been amazing if you put that in there.
It wasn't a great fight, to be fair.
I got kicked in the head.
That Max?
Yeah.
Nah,
You can't say that. Don't do that.
you can definitely keep that in.
That's your old person.
That's the old identity, yeah.
That's 1.0.
It's 0.001 naturally.
There was a reason behind it. Well, yeah, that just shows, like, me and Harrison used to have a lot of ego involved, and now we don't let ego get in the way of leveling up further. I know that I will always reach out to people above me or people who...
Yeah, that's one thing I had to realise. Like, in order to actually learn, you need to lower an ego. You can't think you're mint and then try and learn on people.
People will just, like, see what we do, and they'll be like, right, I want to do that. But what I want to do is I want to do it myself. I want to go on YouTube and watch loads of videos, or I want to go to someone other than these, so it feels like it's me doing it myself.
Yeah, I've had that. Like, spoke to someone who knows that I make money in high ticket, wanted to get involved, put him in contact with the same mentor I had and stuff, and he just took no notice of us whatsoever.
He went to club closer
and then made no money. I'm like, knows me and Max, knows we've both been successful. So
I don't care if people come to me. I don't give a fuck about some referral commissions or anything. But
it just goes back to that, like, wanting to do it your role, like.
Yeah, I like helping people get into the space, and I like helping people go down the right sort of path, because so many people will see people with Lamborghinis, see people live in places like this, and think, fuck, I want to go with them. And look, like, there's some very good mentors out there, and a lot of good mentors will drive Lamborghinis. Although I know a lot of people will see us and know who we are from back home, and know, like, how well, like, we've done in a short space of time, and we can of course help people go down the same sort of path. I've got lots of conviction and help people do that as well, because it's the best decision I've ever made. So it's good to help other people do the same. Respect. Good there, boys.
Well, welcome. Welcome to Marbs.
Welcome to Marbs, boys.
Welcome to Marbs.